coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Carolina Panthers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down, going to the air with Love. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, this is where he can be so dangerous, CD. This offense, they devise ways to get him the football in space and just let him go. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Brandon, lest my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just one or two receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down and 4. Love. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Love from the gun. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more, and that is incomplete. You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts. Oh, what a juke into space. There he goes, right side. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there from McCaffrey. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. McCaffrey able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Again, McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. Throwing. Love. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A give to Jones.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's Miller, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Running on 1st down is Jones, but he's not going to get much, maybe a couple, and 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good 1st step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. Well, now how about this return? And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 8. To pass, here's Jordan Love. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted,
and this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Love's throw complete to Rager. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Sanders is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him. At their own 25-yard
line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah, can he put it aside? Let's find out. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to go up top again. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Robert Tonyan, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is down to a field goal. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Love. Taking a shot for Samuel. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there, and it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tonyan. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the 1st half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Love now to pass on first down. Looking deep here for Ebron. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Steelers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Let's go, D. Mike 51. Mike 51.
They'll throw now on the final play. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there. Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Love now. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On first down, this is McCaffrey. 95 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Love. And quickly finding Rager. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Love looking to throw it. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Eric Ebron. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got a man complete to Miller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
I love the drive they're working on here, because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. the touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away. From the 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Jordan Love ready on first down here. Forced out to his left. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, the tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he rifles one incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's go.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
2nd and 11. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. That catch good for only a couple.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Love's throw taken in by Samuel. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From just shy of midfield, Love. This ball complete to Rager. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 26. 110 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw now. Here's Love. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 17. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw here. He sets up the screen to Jones. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night we just saw.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction, because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, "Great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow."
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. Open space inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing. Love. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 27. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. Love. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Love. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And the Steelers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll go again to Jones. Fighting through it. He's got space. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The 71 yards on the ground for him so far. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drop.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Jerry Tillery in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Play action this time with Love. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. To the air again, Love. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Pittsburgh, their strong start to the year continues as they're up